Matt, it was defeat on Saturday, but no doubt a big learning curve from yourself. What did you take from that game?
Yeah, ultimately, really disappointed with the result. I think there was quite a positive feeling going into the game, but it doesn't always go to plan, does it? So, yeah, it was disappointing, but yeah, learnt loads, enjoyed parts of the experience. Obviously, the main part I didn't enjoy because we didn't come home and everyone didn't have that euphoria of a win or at least something from the game. But we've debriefed it today. There's some good things about it, and there's also some things to work on, and we've made that really clear to the players. And we're just ready now for tomorrow, fully focused on that. Yeah.
Obviously, going into this game, Colchester, we know a lot about them, having played them very recently, and no doubt there's a feeling that we kind of owe them one.
Yeah, definitely. I actually thought we'd done okay on the day. They scored from one of our set plays. We had Drizzy had a header saved, and they went up the other end and scored, and then they managed to keep us out. So yeah, we know about them. We obviously analyse all games, but we first off just got to see. We've got a few bodies kind of. We've got some walking wounded and everything. We're going to have to evaluate them and physically see how everyone is. But yeah, we'll be ready for tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it.
Touch on it there, but I can imagine there's going to have to be a bit of enforced rotation tomorrow night. We know Theo Archibald's suspended and Frank Newblay can't play against his parents' side as well. So in terms of changes, that's something you're going to have to be wary of.
Yeah, that's something I've been thinking about. Obviously, it's not one that's been sprung on me this morning, so I've been aware of that, especially with Frank and obviously Theo happening after the game. So it's something we've got to plan for. We've got a bigger squad than we did have earlier in the season. We recruited in January, so everyone's going to be needed. I told them that when I came in, that everyone's going to get a chance. Everyone will be needed. Then it's down to them. We haven't got loads of body because we have got some injuries and stuff. So yeah, it's just about everyone being ready and taking a chance when they get it.
In terms of more longer term, you saw Paul Smith out there back in training. Is he in contention?
Probably not for this week. He's probably a bit ahead of schedule, but he's just gone out today with Mel just to do some stuff without the ball. So it's good to see him out there and his energy, but I think the game will come too soon.
Obviously, as a striker, you know how important it is for goals, and then that kind of front three that has been hard to come by recently. So have you worked on them in terms of their confidence and trying to build that back up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a striker who knows what it's like to go without goals. So no, I can totally understand it, and it's so crazy if you consider the start of the season how free flowing and how free scoring we were. So I think we had the front two on 13 goals really early, one of the highest in the league. So it's tough for them, there's no getting away from that. And sometimes when you're not scoring, you don't know when the next one's coming. But that's when you just need to keep working. You need to keep going. You need to keep probing. And eventually the work you put in, it will turn around and something will go in, and then everything feels a lot easier. So I've just been talking to them a lot. It's normal. It's okay. They need to keep being in the position to miss. And eventually something will go in and we'll all feel a hell of a lot better, and so will they. So I think it's more of a mental thing. We just need to keep going. And that's all, as a group, as a club, that's all we can do at the moment is keep going, believe it will turn. No one's shying away from the fact it hasn't been good enough. We haven't scored enough. We haven't had the results. No one's shying away from that. But we just got to keep going, keep working hard, and eventually it will. That's what I fully believe.
And then just finally, then there would be a noisy contingent tomorrow from Leighton Orient making a trip in the away end, and I know you and the lads will be desperate to send them home with a smile on their face.
Yeah, desperate, to be honest. I mean, they stayed with us on the weekend, and I get it, in tough circumstances. There was so much positivity going into it, and then 5 minutes into the game, that had all gone in a way, and I get it. So yeah, they stayed with us right to the end, even when we were kind of bombarding their box. I know they had a few breakaways, but we've had headers off the line and things like that. So the crowd stayed with us, and we appreciate that. And it would be great to see them there again tomorrow, and really doing everything in our power to send them home happy.